One of the worst arguments that I see in favor of home buying versus renting is that you are paying someone else's mortgage. I'm sure you have heard this, you are paying someone else's mortgage. That is probably the most stupidest argument ever. You buy a house because you afford it. You buy a house because 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, your mortgage will not be as high as your rent. But you do not buy a house just because you're paying someone else's mortgage. Because if you do the numbers, let's say you're paying $2,500 of rent right now, your expenses on the house that you buy, let's say you buy a $700,000 house or a $700,000 mortgage, your overall mortgage on that will be $4,200, close to $4,000, and of that $3,000 is going towards interest. And then you have your property tax, then you have your other expenses, utilities, everything increases. So the amount of rent that you're paying right now is a lot lower than the expenses including interest on the mortgage that you'll be paying when you own a house. So you need to buy a house because you're building equity for long term. You need to buy a house because in 30 years you need to be mortgage free and not paying rent when you retire. And most importantly, you buy a house when you can afford it and not because you are paying someone else's mortgage.